So just for testing purposes, I'm sorry, y'all. I want to make sure the sound is right. So I'm going to play the brand again. I'm hoping y'all can hear me just fine. Uh-oh. I don't think Fat for Life can hear it. Oh, yeah, that's right. The mic is muted. So that was an exercise in futility. I forgot. I forgot StreamYard mutes the mic. So let me go ahead and switch and flip the camera back to me. Um, so we'll just forget the intro for Fat for Life TV. So hey, y'all, how y'all doing? I'm just take this phone off and set it up here. So I can go ahead and do my rant. Today I spent fussing and cussing. Well, I didn't cuss. I don't get to acting ignorant. But you know, all I have to do is appear to be a little heated, and me being um, a woman of a particular stature, oops, um, I can be intimidating. I can be intimidating. I'm not even going to stunt. So today I went into the IRS heated because why? They screwing me around with my income tax. I've been telling people for years and years. So matter of fact, let me go ahead and get the disclaimers going. I keep forgetting about that. So, if you a hot mess, as in you love messiness, as in cyber harassment, then this video is not for you. If you allergic to critical thinking, gaining knowledge, well, this one ain't about fools and meds. This going to be a public service announcement about identity theft because it's a very real thing. But anyway, back to the disclaimers. If you allergic to, if a few cuss words make your ears catch fire, because you so saying it's sanctified, this may not be the video for you. But right now, I'm doing this on 3 channels. I'm going to try to leave out the expletives, but I might let out a cuss word or two, because that's how angry I am, and that's how angry this whole situation is making me. And it further angers me. Okay. I can't believe this. I thought I started the broadcast on the other channels. All right, here we go again. We starting all over. So it'll give y'all a chance to go ahead and get you a party favor or two, get your head right, get you a little sipper. But this gonna be more of a public service announcement. I haven't been on Fat for Life TV in a while. I'm just gonna have to hold up the paper when it comes to me explaining what's really happening, what's really going on. As I was saying, I was doing my disclaimers. I ain't with the play. This is a serious matter to me. I've been going through it. It's some people, they think that's funny. It's jokey jokes. But if it happened to you, it ain't going to be so funny. So I'm trying to share this experience so you can learn from it. And my hell and my trial and errors can be your grace in saving you from more shit. Okay, last but not least of my disclaimers. Yeah, on this channel, it is cannabis friendly because I'm legal. I'm a bona fide certified card carrying member of the Cannabis Club. If you have a problem with that, this video may not be for you, because I shall be self-medicating. Okay? So, I done lost my mouse, y'all. Okay, there we go. All right, so back to the matter at hand. Today, I had to wrestle with the government. The federal government, the Illinois government. Here in Illinois, I went to the Department of Revenue. Illinois Department of Revenue. They are giving me a hard time. Why, I can't tell you. Haggling me on taxes. Now, I've been telling people 20 years, more than 20 years actually, more than 20 years, that the American people do not owe income tax. But you know what? I get people who argue, oh, I'm going to pay my taxes. Yeah, you pay taxes. You pay taxes on everything you purchase. There's a sale tax. When you get gas, there's a gas tax. When you buy clothes, there's a clothing retail tax. So you're paying taxes. But people feel like you're supposed to pay income tax because you always seen your parents do it, and and you don't know nothing else. And when somebody come along and tell you otherwise, you don't believe it. You challenge that. People, first look at you like you crazy. I'm sorry. I got lost on my screen. Okay, now I'm back to where I need to be. And the bottom line is, you don't owe income tax. So what I'm going through now is it's hell. It's a rabbit hole, as they call it, that I done fell into with the Internal Revenue Service. And I know people gonna automatically think, see, you getting in trouble because you didn't file income tax. No, I'm not getting in trouble. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, God. Technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Dang, and it say my connection is unstable. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to do what I did yesterday. I had to go out and come back in. I swear, this is just adding more aggravation to my day. Okay, I'm going to go back into my mic settings and test it. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Nope. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come out, come back in. Technology, something else. Don't never think it's a breeze. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Okay, look like it's working. Look like it's working now. Oh boy. All right. Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. I don't know who's still in the chat. Look like it's only one. Everybody abandoned me. Okay, there we go. You can hear me. Good. I still can't hear myself though. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I ain't gonna worry about being able to hear myself. Now that you said you can hear me, I know that it can be heard on these broadcasts. Back to what I was saying. I went through an ordeal of identity theft. It didn't just begin this year. It's been going on for now over a decade because the person was the incident happened in 2011 and it still affected me in 2021. So, okay, good. Okay, good, y'all. So back to this matter at hand. And I hope y'all share this one. I hate that the little audio thing didn't go as planned at the beginning. I wish I could do edits. Some of these videos I just do because I want to get it out the way because I ain't going to think of it later on or think to do it later on. I'm in the moment right now. I'm in the moment because I'm pissed off and angry about what has actually happened to me. And this is real life stuff. This is why I think it's ignorant and dumb when I see people engaging in the doxing behavior, because real life can be so really real. Really real. I thought somebody was at my door. Really real. So I spent all afternoon at the Internal Revenue Service trying to prove my identity, trying to prove that the information they got in their records is fraud. Okay? So what happened to me is somebody worked under my Social Security number. And the thing of it is, if I didn't force them to open up my records and prove to me what it is, they decided to tell me why they kept my refund, my little $152, which I was planning on using for medicinal purposes, okay? Okay! Yeah, I was. That little high outrageous fee that Illinois charge so you can have the privilege of being a medical patient. Yeah, I plan to pay for my application with that overpayment I gave to the IRS. And by now, I thought I would have had that check in my hand, but I didn't. Why? Because they still wrangling and fighting with me over it. So when I insist on where you getting the information from that you figure that I owe you anything, they come up with, well, you found it. You said I'm very manic. Whatever. Nowhere close. Believe me. And that must be you thumbs it down anything that I have to say. You know, you must be a whole fan over here. I haven't blocked you already, but I will. I don't need that kind of disrespect. I'm trying to share something with y'all so you can understand the real. Okay? Someone worked under my social security number, filed taxes to the tune $42,000. I don't know if y'all can see that. $42,000, okay? On a good day, I never made $42,000. Yeah, I got everything taken care of. Love in my head. Welcome to the chat. I ain't got time for the goofy folks in the back, the slow people in the back who think they can diagnose me just by coming on the screen. No, I'm not manic at all. Not even a little bit. I have a whole lot of patience, but I lost it along the way in life because I deal with chronic pain and fatigue 365 days, 24/7. And it don't take no days off, not for my birthday, not for the holidays, not any day, okay? So I don't need nobody coming on here diagnosing me. No, I'm not manic. You seem a little weird. You watch my videos, obviously you had something negative to say before previous, and I didn't intend to have this video be about you at all, Miss Design Boutique, but I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I want to learn you something. I hope you learn something from my experience. Anyway, the problem began when I filed exempt. I file exempt every year. I've been a non-filer since 1996. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing illegal. I've been telling people no American citizen owes income tax. You don't. You can challenge the IRS anytime you want to and ask them to show you the law that says you are liable for income tax. You're not. If you read the IRS law, word for word, line by line, you will see that income tax is referring to the income from gains. Like when you invest, if you have property, if you have investments, gains, when you get profits and gains. That's what income tax means when you even read it in the IRS. But everybody love to tell you what to do, and they think they telling you something. So today when I went to the IRS, I had to let them know who I were, okay? And I did record that whole experience. I just got to go back and edit it, and so I won't be doxing myself. But somebody clearly is committing fraud, and they took advantage of the fact that I wasn't working, using my own Social Security number because I was disabled. I've been on disability since 1998. I have not filed taxes since 1998. And the only reason why I had to file this year is because the census, who I worked for, and I know it's a federally funded program, they have special privileges that other types of jobs don't have. For one, you can work for the census on a temporary basis and it don't affect your food stamps at all. That's one of the benefits of working the census. It's temporary in nature. It's only done once every 10 years. And yes, I go and volunteer for that job because it's an easy job. But I filed my taxes and my W-4 properly, and I want to teach y'all the same thing because they're going to try to convince you owe taxes. But I didn't. No matter how they tried to stick numbers in there that didn't belong in there, just in my opinion, they pulled it out their ass. Okay? I came to prove otherwise. So I not only came prepared with my federal income tax form, and if you read the website, it validates and confirms I didn't have a tax liability. And the only reason why I had to file taxes at all is because the Census Bureau kept taking taxes out during the time that I was working, when I should have been exempt. It should have been no taxes removed. The only thing should have came out is the FICA and Medicare. That's the one tax nobody is exempt from. That's how you know a real tax from a legal tax. Because a real tax is not going to ask you questions. It's not going to ask you to fill out all these long forms about whether or not do you think you owe. Only time people get into trouble and end up on income taxes because they submit a form saying that they do owe. You agree with the government that you owe. I don't. I filed the 1040X, amended my tax, turned it in like it was supposed to, supplied the backup documents, and they still tried to keep and hold on to my income tax. When I demanded, what are you basing that on? What information are you basing your actions on? Why you're not agreeing with your own computer and your own website, which is what I use to fill out my state taxes to get my refund that I was entitled to. Come to find out, the identity theft still continues. So this is somebody who worked under my previous address before I lived here, my previous address and my Social Security number, earning $42,000 when my income just got to $11,000 this year, being on Social Security. I'm living on less than $15,000 every year on Social Security, while somebody worked on my number under Social Security and earned $42,000, and I'm paying the price for that fraud. I first learned or discovered that the fraud was happening when I was so sick. My sister stepped in for me. I'm sharing this personal story because this could happen to anybody. I allowed my sister volunteered to help me with my child. I was still raising my child and too sick to care for him. Okay? My health was deteriorating. I didn't know why I was getting worse. It wasn't getting better. It was body and mind at the wit's end. And my sister stepped in, looked out for me, took care of my son for a whole entire year, out of her pocket. So I gladly gave her permission to file a claim that year for my child. She deserved it. She was entitled to it. It was legal. You can do that. They couldn't because why? It was somebody had already filed. Somebody had filed, and therefore I put a fraud alert on the account because I told them I had not been working, nor have I filed since 1996. So there was obviously fraud happening. I didn't know how it happened, where it came from, but it was the government that was breached. They later caught the person. It was somebody in Vietnam sitting there cracking into the government. Because I don't play. I'm very tech savvy. Although it don't appear to be with my audio problems. StreamYard, believe me, I'm not no novice, okay? I've been working with technology 30 years, more than 30 years. So I'm not new to this. Turns out somebody sitting over in Vietnam cracked into the government information, got people's social security number, and sold it to the highest bidder. Guess what? They got caught. Oh, don't think you doxing people getting away with murder. You might get away with it now. It might not catch up to you, but if you committing your fuckery on the internet, believe me, you leaving traces behind. Permanent traces. You can't go and delete accounts because they can always trace something back that's done digitally. Online, yes ma'am, yes sir. Okay? So they found them. They caught them. There's an actual case. Department of Justice, that person got 13 years. Okay? You committing federal crime. Identity theft is a real crime. Doxing, putting people's address out there and personal information, that's a real crime. And so it may not catch up to you now. But you dox the right person, believe me, you're going to catch a case. Hey, Nate, did you get that mess squared away? I just got in the line. My notifications came late. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it squared away as far as now I know where the problem occurred. And they went through their information. I insisted on them telling me, how did you go to 1997 and prove I had a tax liability when I can show you right here with official documents from the Social Security office that I had no income. How can you tax income that I didn't have? No income. 1997, I had no income. I wasn't working anywhere. I was very sick. $1997 was an undiagnosed me, not knowing why I was so sick, why I was suffering physically the way that I was suffering. Okay, so I went back to the office. I sat there. I filled out every piece of paperwork that needed to be filled out. I said I was not going to leave until I do it. She was like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. Yes, I do. And yes, I did. I insisted on do that. So I officially submitted the paperwork I needed to submit to file an official complaint right there in the office. You know, she got fed up with me. The clerk, that's why I say, you know, these people act like it's their money. You know, their money personally. Or it's something to them personally. No, it's me that this is happening to. That y'all fighting me over a tax I don't owe. I don't owe. All day long, I don't owe. So this my earnings record directly from Social Security that showed and proved zero income both of those years. Then they said, well, it shows here you made $7,000 in 1997. I said, what? How is that possible? 1997, my earnings show zero. Okay, zero. 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 And this go all the way back to 1978. Okay. Social Security, if anybody keep a record of your income, it's Social Security. Zero income. So they tell me I got to file an official form complaint to launch an investigation for fraud. They were so busy telling me I had to pay $5 to get a copy of that 1997 tax form. But no, I came right home and found a fraud form that's free. Why should I have to pay to prove my innocence? That's what I was pissed off, because I said I want all my tax documents going all the way back to 1997. Because I don't know how many years they committed fraud with my Social Security number. And I want to clear this matter up now. And they was like, well, you got to put $5 in, and it got to be check or money order. Well, that's some more information, misinformation. Because I found the identity theft form that the government puts out for you to fill out for identity theft, and there is no charge. There is no $5 charge to obtain that information. Just so you know. You don't just take nobody's word for it. You do your own research. You do your own reading. You do your own writing. So I did my own reading, my own writing, got all these forms done. See, this would be discouraging to the average person, all this paperwork and hoops and stuff you got to jump through trying to fight the government for $152. They expect you to give up, but I'm not. I'm when it's an injustice done to me like this that I continue to keep suffering from. Hey, garden, quilt, and art traditions. This particular one ain't about gardening. It's about identity theft. It's nothing nice. It ain't fun, and it ain't easy to recover from. And just when you think everything is behind you, something can come along and continue to disrupt your life. Because some selfish person years ago decided it was okay to commit fraud and work and use my Social Security number to work. When y'all be talking about, Trump wanted to build a wall, the illegal aliens, they affect you. Yeah, they do impact you. That shit really do impact Americans negatively. I'm one of them. Where my Social Security number was used for real, working somewhere I never worked at. And it's the proof. I never had the proof before today. I insisted on them giving me a copy of whatever they was using to justify their actions. Because it seemed like to me they was pulling shit out their ass. Like, how you figure you could take my $100? How do I owe you anything? I knew going in I didn't owe anything. But they gonna insist that I owe. Oh, we see here you work for the census. And when you do the deduction, we tax you on that $1,000. No, that's not how the form goes. When you fill out the form electronically, you subtract your Social Security income from your earned income. And whatever is left, that's what you get taxed on. Okay? I can read, and I can write. And I proved that I filled out the form correctly to begin with. And because I sat there and insisted on completing whatever needed to be completed there for them to start the investigation immediately, not somewhere down the road, but today, she had the nerve to tell me, well, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Ask me to leave? For what? I'm not in here threatening nobody? Because I'm sitting at the table in the air condition and filling out this form, writing this letter? How dare you? How dare you? So just know, learn from me. Identity theft is real. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse. Because look at the messy people y'all see on the internet doxing people. That's going to get somebody killed one day. Seriously. So I made out fantastic because I got the facts. I came in there with proof and evidence of what I'm talking about, and I demanded them to show me proof and evidence of what they talking about. Because I don't believe in that just taking somebody's word for it. I needed for them to print out me a reason why they were doing what they were doing. And it proved without beyond a shadow of a doubt. The tax return that was submitted was an address I didn't live at, was by a tax preparer I didn't need, because I never need a tax preparer. I can do my own taxes. I'm one of them. I actually have a certificate from Job Corps. Yeah, it's an old certificate. But yes, I know how to do my own taxes, not to mention I worked for the IRS for a few years. So I know how to do my own taxes. That's not complicated to me. There was, in living color, somebody had submitted an income tax return. Had the nerve to put their name on it. Had the nerve to put their tax ID. I hope all that's fraud because they finna go to jail. That one that filed that tax document in 2013, they're finna go to jail. Okay? Because right after this live, I'm submitting a police report against that person. Because they committed fraud and it's continuing to affect my life today. In fact, that action that they did back in 2013 caused me not to be able to get home help. I couldn't understand why I could not get home help as a disabled person, and I qualified with all the boxes checked off with, doctor statements to back up what I'm talking about. It wasn't made up or wasn't pretend, but was denied home help. I need help at home because of this bullshit right here, where somebody took my number and worked on it illegally. Don't nobody want that to happen to them. I promise you. But when I tell you, you don't owe income tax, that's what I mean. But people don't believe me. So, I'm going to show you the form you use. When you get a new job or even on your current job, you fill out the W-4 form, okay? And what they changed, and they call themselves being slick, so people won't put the exempt thing, because it used to be built in the form. Right here will be where you put exempt in. If you are exempt from income tax, everybody is exempt. But somebody who's willing to take the chance and believe what I say, right here when you're putting in your adjustments, in step number 4 on your current 2021, they changed it so the actual words wasn't right there where you could put exempt. What you do, you write it in big letters in red. Big letters in red. Exempt. Okay? And taxes will not be removed from your check. First of all, it's not mandatory that your employer remove taxes. Every time you question that, you say you don't want your employer to remove taxes, somebody say, well, you're going to end up owing at the end of the year. Well, so I'd rather remove the amount of money that I need to pay taxes, the same amount of money that they take from your check, put it in my own bank account, earn interest, and then at the end of the year, if it turn out I owe taxes, pay it from that. And at least I'll have a couple coins left from the interest. So no, I don't need my employer to withhold any monies for me for taxes. I pay and do my own taxes. So everybody have a right to be exempt. Everyone. Not just me. Because everybody is exempt from income tax. I did not say exempt from taxes. I said exempt from income tax. There's 7 states, if you don't believe me, that don't participate in the income tax system. And how do they get their taxes? Other ways, not from your wages. They get it through property tax, gas tax, sales tax, retail tax. Your wages was never needed. For hundreds of years, the government ran without taxing your income. Okay? So this is as much a public service announcement to tell you that they will tell you in a minute wrong information. I went and looked the information up myself. I made sure when I came into their office, I knew what I was talking about. They kept trying to tell me about how Illinois is above Illinois is a totally separate entity than the federal government. That's 2 different things. Well, the state government don't trump the federal government. Trust and believe that. We are governed first by the federal government, okay? And the state is second to that. And the website, their own website backed up what I said. Because I said, well, who owes taxes? Who must file an Illinois tax return? This is directly from Illinois. Who owes a tax return? Okay. Number 1. If you're an Illinois resident, you must file a 1040 if the following is true. If the following is true, you were required to file federal tax. If you were required federal tax. I didn't have a federal tax liability. In fact, I filed my federal tax. Not only did they give me the money that was taken out of my check, wrongfully so, by my employer, they gave me an extra $258 because of COVID. I really didn't owe. So that automatically means I don't owe Illinois income tax. It's right there on their own website in the words. People don't read. The only people, so even if you wasn't required to file an income tax return, even if you aren't required, you must file to get a refund of Illinois income tax withheld from your pay. So that's why I had to file, because of Illinois income tax withheld from my pay. It's right there in their own website. They'll try to trip you up and try to make you feel stupid, or try to tell you you're wrong. They love doing that. And I love pushing back and telling them, no, you're wrong. You're mistaken. No, you're wrong. You're mistaken. And sure enough, they were wrong. They're mistaken. So it's an actual file on record where they arrested that person in Vietnam over there committing cybercrime, selling people's social security numbers to the highest bidder. That's more further proof that your government is not secure, because I don't put my social security number anywhere. I just don't. Never did. Been knowing the dangers of the internet. I don't do that one. So they cracked something that was related to the government. So that could have been housing, that could have been food stamps, that could have been a number of things. As far as the government goes, could have been IRS. But yeah, they cracked into some place and obtained people's social security numbers. And that person is in jail now, doing 13 years. I was notified through the Department of Justice. So this is real. Y'all be on here with the doxing, and y'all think the shit is for play. It ain't for play. You get caught. You get caught. That's the one thing. You gauging in this doxing behavior. If you get caught, they can't find your evidence. It's always some trace of it left behind. They tried to fool me. They thought I was going to back up because their records didn't show nothing past 2008. I demanded to be able to get 1997 because that's what they used to justify taking my money. Why? Because I knew I had proof of what my income was from 1997. I'm obsessed. I take screenshots all day long. When people be talking about receipts, I'm the queen. I'm the queen of receipts. I get real receipts. The real receipts that matter. Okay? I file real forms. And I stand up. I stand up to the government. I stand up to whatever status quo it is. Including lip stank alley cats, folks who thought they could run over me. Including bullies on the internet who thought they could run over me. Including IRS. The biggest bullies in the world and think they can run over you. Know that you have rights. Know that there is laws. And you can challenge IRS about anything. The employees think they can operate with impunity. No consequence. And walk around with this whole arrogance that they can't be challenged. And it turned out they were strong and wrong. And I insisted. I want the evidence. I want to see what you use to justify taking my refund. And the original form had $152. How did it go from 152 to 100? So they just disappeared 52 of the dollars that they weren't supposed to take in the first place. Disappeared that and applied the 100 to a so-called tax liability from 1997. That's crazy. That's crazy. So when I tell you, you need to keep your eyes open and you can't trust nobody, that's what I mean. You can't trust nobody. I wasn't going to wait for them to get around to it. I wasn't going to sit up there and wait another 6 to 8 months for them to get around to my documents. And I went in. I walked in today. And the nerve. I got the video footage. The nerve of the lady daring to tell me that I was going to be removed from the building. I wanted to know why. I wasn't cursing, though I felt like cursing. I wasn't cursing. And I wasn't manic. Bitch. You a whole fan. You keep on coming on here talking your shit. That must have been you. Now I know. Every time I see a thumbs down on something that happens to me personally in my life and I share it, and then you motherfucking come on here with the thumbs down, now I know that's you. I put it this way, allegedly. I suspect it's you, Design Boutique. Stay the fuck away. Because it ain't nothing on here you want to learn. Because you don't critically think. You come on here with judgment. You come on here with your nasty attitude. You talking about I need to clean my nasty house. But I don't think I need to clean my nasty house to share information about identity theft. It's a real thing. It really happened. And I really went through hell and back again trying to clear my name and getting this shit straightened out. So yeah, I did it. So the short answer, the long answer is what I just said. The short answer is yeah, I got it together. Yes, I keep receipts. I came in with the facts, documents to back up what I was saying, proof of who I was, and didn't back down. No, I don't owe. No, I don't have a tax liability. No. They backed up and gave me the right information to obtain what I needed and came up with the evidence. So when I get off of this live, I will be filing a real police report because a real crime has been committed. And thanks to the IRS today, they surrendered the name and the EIN number of the criminal who committed the crime. And I needed it. And I got the evidence so they can't come and pull no fast one trying to cover their tracks and not own up to the mistake they made. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a live. All right, call me back. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I really just put this up as a public service announcement. And if I just had time and energy, that's the one thing I have so little energy. I will go back and do all the little edits. I don't. My work is cut out, and there's always somebody handing me more work, giving me more work to do. Hey, Nicholas, how you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. So now I got my rent off. That's the main thing I wanted to show y'all. Don't believe it when they tell you. If the IRS challenge you on anything, tell them to show you the law. Because it should always be a law that you can refer to. Concrete. That says you owe income tax. You don't. Ask the citizens of Texas. Ask the citizens of Alaska. Do they pay income tax? No. They don't file no 1040s. They don't go crazy filling out no 1040 form. So you gotta wonder why they can do it and the rest of the states can't get away with it. It's because it's an illegal tax in the first place. And all the states that participate in are corrupt, criminal states. Illinois being number one. Way up there. They so busy fighting me over $152 that they finna get the spotlight shown on their corruptness. And so it's gonna bite them in the butt because I'm not backing down. I'm one of them chicks. I stood up to a housing authority. They paid my Section 8 to this motherfucking day. Okay? Because I stood up to their ass. I didn't back down. I showed up to court. And now, because of COVID, everything went E. I'm the E queen. When you could file everything electronically, that used to screw me up when I was younger because half the places I needed to go and half the stuff I needed to backtrack on and research and do, couldn't do. Because the places didn't have a fax, didn't have the electronic. You couldn't send it by text, you couldn't send it by email. And I would screw up the dates and times and places. But now, the world done caught up to me. I'm the E queen, okay? And I don't play. I always been a serious chick. I didn't play when I was a kid. I had 6 brothers and sisters under me. When the bitch come on here talking about I'm manic, I take offense to that because I had a bipolar mother. I know exactly what mania is. I know what it looked like, up close and personal. My mother was bipolar. I can freely talk about it now because she's deceased. But if she was alive, I wouldn't be talking about it now unless I had her permission. Yeah, it's very wrong. It's going to be okay. I hope this is the worst, but I think this finna crack open a whole new can of worms, Pandora box. Because I can very much prove that I didn't file the income tax return. They basing their justification of taking my money. I walked out of there with a copy for me. Okay? I can very much prove I'm not this fool that was dumb enough to sign the form and put their telephone number and EIN number on here. They finna go to jail. Promise you, they finna go to jail. This is fraud. I wish I'd had made $42,000. I was going through hell in 2013, and y'all who been following me from day one, 2012 is when I got a gun put up to my head to rob me. So now I know something about manic. Now my head on nice and tight and right. My career was technical support. I got paid to keep it cool. People came and called, and they want me to walk them through their crises when it came to technology. That was me. You don't even know. You had probably talked to me from a chat somewhere USA. So some fool thought they was slick. They got over. They just thought I was some old lady never coming back into the workforce, so I wouldn't be no threat. I was an easy target because I had not been in the system, and I've been a non-filer since 1998. I don't file taxes. And the only thing made me file taxes this year is a mistake that my employer made. They had no business removing taxes from my check. So I don't play. I go hard. I'm not for the play. That's what happened when you in chronic pain and fatigue. You don't take a lot of shit. You ain't got time for that. I ain't got time. So that being said, now I done did my rent. I hope I educated y'all. I know my beginning sounded crazy, but I hope y'all will share this one out. No American citizen owes income tax. You can believe me or you don't. I don't keep forcing myself on somebody. If they don't take my word for it, they don't believe what I say, oh well. I don't stress out about it no more. I give you the information and you do with it what you will. I'm giving you the information. You don't owe income tax. As best that Illinois is trying to attempt, I'm gonna have me a little medicine right now. They tried it. It ain't gonna work. I'm one of them. I can read and write and comprehend very well. I have the ability to communicate very effectively. And the bitch, stay off my channel. Because you know, I got a channel that I may not have thousands of views, but my videos consistently have 100% likes. Because I just don't be on here on the bullshit. And it just ain't really nothing that I do on my channel that's just so bad that people hate on it. So that must have been you, Design Boutique. Stay off my channel, bitch. Your whole 20 views, I see you need something to do. You had a video up for 10 years. That's one thing I can say. I ain't got no video up that been up 10 years and only got 20 views. That's one thing I can say, bitch. So you coming on here calling me manic, bitch. Check yourself. Check yourself. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you that you keep tuning in. And I believe it is you that keep thumbsing down my shit. But oh well. Haters is your greatest motivators. What don't kill you, build you, bitch. And no, I didn't take no time to clean my nasty ass house. I took my ass right down there to IRS and handled my motherfucking business, bitch. I could have left that out so this could have been a legit legit you can share with the kids, but you know what? I don't make videos for the kids, but you got kids who can handle a cuss word or two and me self-medicating, then by all means share. This is one I want you to share because you have rights, and people like to abuse your rights. They like to take advantage of your ignorance. All those stories about TLC and Prince and so many others along the way who didn't read their contract. I'm one of them. That boring ass, long ass document for terms of service, yeah, I'm one of them. I actually read that shit. LOL, she just wanted some attention from you. That's what miserable people do. They love to start drama. How you gonna come on here and call me manic? Bitch, you got some type of degree? And I do know something about it, so I take great offense to being accused wrongfully, because I had a motherfucker wanted to give me Depakote instead of Adderall. Do you know what you would have happened to me if I had took some Depakote because a motherfucker called himself diagnosing me with bipolar and you only seen me for 10 minutes? No ma'am, Pam. It's my bipolar loved ones who we love. Okay? We loved our bipolar people. We didn't look down on them. The bipolar people in my family were smart as fuck. Okay? Fucking geniuses. Brilliant. Okay? I'm not ashamed of my mother or her bipolarism. My mother or her sister, and I gave birth to one. Ain't no shame over here. What I'm about is truth and facts. And you can't diagnose me with shit, bitch, just because you watch me on YouTube. Okay? Yes. That being said, that being said, move around, bitch. I normally don't use the word bitch, but somebody who keep coming around with their negativity, you done already said you don't like my shit, so why you keep coming around? Because you a whole fan. You a whole goddamn fan. You a whole fan. Obviously. Nicholas, you said you sure doing you. Always been some positive and drama free. Right. I mean, I have enough stress, as you can see. I have enough stress to deal with in my life without having to come on the internet with the fuckery. No, ma'am. I come here to de-stress, to have fun, or learn. So I was either on here doing some technical shit, trying to solve some technical problem, or I was here for some funny shit. I wasn't here for the mess. I always been a serious chick. My brothers and sisters, they love me. My brothers and sisters, they look up to me. And right now, I'm my family's matriarch. They're proud of me and my solar journey. Okay? Me and my nasty ass house, Miss Design Boutique. Yeah, that part. Motherfuckers fuck with you because they think you got low self-esteem. No, madam. No, madam. No, ma'am. I have a high regard for myself. I'm not a snob. I'm not no slob up here. And I pride myself on the fact that I treat everybody with respect. I don't come in nobody's chat talking about how they manage and don't know nothing about me. You don't know nothing about me, bitch. But I just shared something about me that I'm willing to share. Why? Because I'm sure there's somebody else out there that's being bullied, intimidated by the IRS. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be scared. Dare the IRS to come up with the law that shows that you owe income tax. That's my challenge to you all. My challenge to you is to go to your employer today. Okay? Ask for your W-4 form. Refill that sucker out and write exempt. And guess what? You're not going to get in trouble. It's not illegal. It's not against the law. And they will try to intimidate you, and they will try to tell you how taxes go. And if you read, that's all it took me to read on their website the first sentence. I just showed you the federal income tax. It showed I had no tax liability. So therefore, you cannot justify your state liability. And the states will bamboozle you as long as people are voluntarily giving up money. They don't have to give up. And you got to ask yourself, critical thinking, why? Would you stop somebody from giving you money you giving away free without no challenge? Man, I huff and puff and moan and groan every time I pay for something, whether it's Amazon and the Dollar Tree, CVS, at the Burger King. I'm glad I had a hard knock life because I question everything when it comes to what you charging me. And Illinois had the nerve to tell me I had to have a check of money order today. Going in there in real person, I have that on recording. Illinois Department of Revenue. You know, see, they don't like cameras inside of buildings like that, but I'm that bitch. I'm going in there with a camera. I had the motherfucker around my neck, walked boldly in that bitch, and recorded that shit. Okay? Because, see, when I blow the whistle, you ain't going to kill me and ain't nobody know about it. You ain't going to kill me and ain't nobody notice. Okay? Somebody in that department fucked up. Just like that bus company fucked up with me. I've been sharing y'all that. Why? Because I want to witness. I don't want to wind up in forensics. I am an old lady who live alone. I'm single. I don't want you to realize I'm gone until the neighbors smell suspicious odors. So I will come on here and share some of my life, but be on here with a diary, you know, listing every little, that ain't me. I'm a very private person. I was a complete snob. I called everybody a fool that joined Facebook. I laughed at their ass. I was like, what the fuck? You really got on a website with your real name and pictures? For real? For real. I thought the world had went crazy. And I knew I wasn't wrong because Mark Zuckerberg called y'all crazy too. Dumb fucks. That's really what he called you, literally. You can look that up. Mark Zuckerberg. Dumb fucks. Google that. No, don't Google Bing it. You get rewards for Bing. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I hope you learned something. No, you don't owe income tax. No, that's not being a tax cheat. You pay taxes. You pay so much tax. You really need to go look up the taxes you really pay. That list is goddamn long, okay? And any poor person sitting up there in poverty because you getting a public aid check and some bitch come up to you trying to shame you for being poor, you tell them motherfuckers I pay taxes too, bitch. You think when you go and buy them Pampers, they take off the tax because they Pampers? Hell to the no. You pay taxes. And all legal taxes, you do pay. You don't, it's not optional. It's not optional. You can lose your house even if your mortgage paid, if you don't pay the taxes. It's not optional. That should give all of y'all clue in about the income tax. And I'm going to read once again. Illinois, right here in Illinois, in my state. Who is required to file tax, income tax? And I'm going to put it in order of importance because that's what they put it. They made the first 3 sentences the most important reason why you owe income tax. Wait, hold on a second. I'm just going to reiterate that just in case somebody showed up at the end and they need this information. People think it's boring, but you better think again. When you pay attention, you can read and write. Like Kwame said, and you got 3 trades under your belt, you can have a fuck you attitude to life. You're not going to pull no wool over my head as long as I can read and write. Ain't nobody going to give me a contract I don't understand that I signed. Yeah, so I went right there into the IRS office and showed them they document from their website on who is required to file taxes. Who is required? One day I'll get fancy and put all them graphics up, but believe me, that shit is time consuming. But who is required? Who must file an Illinois return? Number 1. Number 1 is an Illinois resident. You must file a 1040 if you were required to file a federal income tax return. Now, I didn't want to dox myself and show you my real federal income tax return. I had no tax liability. So if the federal didn't tax me, how does the state come in and tax me? It can't. That you were not required to file a federal income tax return, but your Illinois base income from line 9 is greater than your Illinois exemption allowance. So that's the actual 1040 form, which on mine, number 9 is lower than number 4, meaning I don't have a tax liability. They want to trip you up and trick you up and think you stupid. The most powerful skill I acquired in my life is reading. And I'm self-taught. Because I dropped out of school in 3rd grade. Imagine that. You wonder why boys ain't reading but 4th grade level, because by that time they done went through so much life, they just check out. I checked out. My federal tax return has no tax liability. Not only didn't I have a tax liability, but they gave me an extra $258 that they did not take out of my check. That they just gave me just for COVID. Just for COVID. So the state tax, right there on their form, when they instruct you to tell you how to fill out the income tax form, the first thing they say is you have to have a federal tax liability. I didn't have one. And I legally filed. I just don't want to dox myself. I'm just going to fold it up. I legally filed my 1040 income tax with the federal government. That's the federal form, because the difference between the federal form and the state form is the state have the name Illinois 1040. This is the federal 1040. The line in question they call themselves hanging me up on, I proved I did not owe. They weren't ready for that. And believe me, I'm one of them chicks that'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court. Because you know what else? Knowledge is power. And you don't have to back down because you poor. You can go to the library, and nowadays with the internet, it ain't no excuse. Now with the internet, it ain't no excuse. And it ain't no excuse to be illiterate. Not with the internet. You said play some house music? All right, now that's what I'm talking about. I'm ready for that. Yes, God. I'm ready for that. Yes, I am. Yes, ma'am, Quinn. That's what I need. Some house music. I hope I got a good enough charge. I love my son's speaker.
English. To select English, press and hold the multifunction button. To select English, press and hold the multifunction button. To select English, press and hold the multifunction button.
By all means.
To select English, press and hold the multifunction button.
I think it ain't gonna pick up my tablet. I use my phone. I close it out. My phone can pick it up quicker. Hey. That's what I want to hear, some house music. Okay, is it going to let me down?
Press and hold the multifunction button. To select English. To select English. To select English.
It ain't going to connect. That's all right.
select English, press and hold from a key function button. To select English, press and hold from a key function button.
Man, my audio letting me down, child. What is it? I don't know which thing is interfering. Let's do it the good old-fashioned manual way. All these Bluetooth stuff.
To select English, press and hold from the key function button.
Do a manual.
To select English, press and hold from a key function button. To select English, press and hold. English. To select English, press and hold from a key function button. To select English, press and hold from a key function button.
Okay, it still ain't working.
To select English.
Technology embarrass you every time.
English. To select English, press and hold from a key function button. To select English, press and hold from a key function button.
I think it's because his phone is still connected to this dang thing. Try with my rinky-dink one.
Power on. Aux in mode.
All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey. 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 Yep, I'm calm. Trust your girl all the way calm now. This get me there. Hey. Hey, all right, Queen in the house. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yeah. Hey. Hey. All right, get your
You are
wings
in
on.
the mix with DJ Uzoma.
You know I got the monkey. That's what I'm about to do. Get my feet on. Hey. Hey. Yep, so the long answer short, I handled my business today. And I was very productive. So yes, I feel like rewarding myself. Yes. Hey, yes, it's an old school doobie. It's not a cigarette. Although, yeah, I still like the cigarettes. You can't be an addict around somebody who smoke like a damn chimney. I fell off a couple of times when my brothers got stuck out of town with my solar panels. I gave in to a cigarette. I made it 2 years to July the 1st. I fell off. So yes, y'all. Yeah, what's tomorrow?
Waves getting jumped.
Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, Friday. Bet. And I'm gonna create it tonight. Yeah, I'll get ready for Friday. I'm gonna start today.
Babe, cut my flow. That is getting mad. Every food we eat comes from the dirt. Every big low gotta be for flute. Waves getting choppy, weather's getting bad. Babe, cut the flow. That is getting mad.
Oh man, this one always get me in trouble. Let me skip. Woo, I gotta cut it. That one gets me a copyright. I'm gonna redo that mix so I can take that song out, because so far I've been getting by with playing that mix without getting a strike. But anyway, yes, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. You give me way more watch time when it's one person that lasts all the way to the end of this chat. And as always, I'm finna go out. I gotta make me an outro, so the outro be consistent too. Anyway, peace, love. Till I see you again in the next video. So yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna post the live tonight. I ain't gonna wait till tomorrow. That's what get me. When I wait till the same day, it just be overwhelming to set up all them lives to the different platforms. And I can't be downloading one and uploading to another. I just don't have the energy. It's a lot on my plate. Just me going out to the IRS today was a lot. Trust and believe it. When you have fibromyalgia and you're a woman of a particular age and it's hot and humid and you have your own personal summers that didn't nobody tell me, I thought ended with the period. I didn't know you could still continue to have those personal summers well into your 60s. That too. So, I'm going to do the video tonight. I'm going to post it tonight. Type it in. We're going to have a party. Go live. For the haters. A manic party, bitch. A manic house party. Yes, bitch. That's what I need there. That's exactly what I'm gonna name it too. A manic house party on that ass. Bye, y'all. Hey, now what I done misplaced the mouse. Child. If it wasn't attached to me, it would be rolling on down the street. I don't know where I did my mouse. Anyway. Oh man, hey Nicholas, I would love to meet you in person too. I wish I could chat. I wish I could type in the chat. See, that's what I want on YouTube, the ability to type in the comments. But you have to have 4,000 watch hours. People don't watch hours of my video. They listen sometimes. Anyway. What did I do with my mouse? Oh, there it is. It fell on the floor.